afternoon and welcome back to RMU Live for Friday, November 30th, 2018. I'm Andrew Ostrowski.
And I'm Riley Danielson. Here's what's happening now.
Good news, you can now take the bus to Pittsburgh. The Port Authority has announced that the 21 Coriopolis bus has a new branch from Moon to Pittsburgh. The pickup location is the Park and Ride down behind the sheets on University Boulevard. A pedestrian was injured after falling on Campus Drive during the icy weather on Tuesday night. Traffic leaving campus was halted while Valley Ambulance Authority and RMU police helped the pedestrian.
Police are investigating a shootout in Point Breeze. According to police, the incident occurred on the 7500 block of Penn Avenue around 1:15 p.m. on Thursday near the Exxon station. The incident occurred between the occupants of two vehicles. A bystander was injured during the incident. Police are still searching for the gunman. An incident in Point Breeze resulted in a car ending up underneath a school bus. The crash occurred around 4 p.m. Thursday afternoon on South Braddock Avenue near the Frick Baseball Park. The driver of the car was taken to the hospital. None of the children on the bus were harmed.
SWAT appeared at a scene on Thursday afternoon in Brighton Heights on Fleming Avenue. Two men were taken into custody after the standoff ended after 2 p.m.
New charges have been filed for two men involved in a 2003 shooting. Marty Allen Armstrong Jr. and Lamont Fulton were charged and convicted for killing 66-year-old Michael LaHoff. LaHoff was shot back in 2003 during an attempted robbery on the 7th floor of the Smithfield Liberty Garage, and later died on Tuesday. This is now being ruled as a homicide. Armstrong is currently incarcerated on charges related to the incident. Fulton is not. A warrant has been issued for Fulton's arrest.
A patient exposed to an unknown substance was brought to UPMC McKeesport Hospital early Thursday afternoon, forcing several staff members to go through a decontamination process. The hospital is now operating as normal. Two more blood pressure medications have been added to the list of recalls due to cancer concerns. Teva Pharmaceuticals recalled amlodipine valsartan and amlodipine valsartan, a hydrochlorothiazide combination tablets, as it contained too much nitrosodiethylamine, which is a chemical made in India that is classified as a human carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer.
Homicide charges have been filed against a driver who crashed into a medical building last June. 43-year-old Chad Spence of Weirton, West Virginia, crashed into the Washington Health Clinic outpatient center, killing 53-year-old receptionist Kimberly Dollard. Police say Spence has a history of drunk driving.
The first of 4 listening sessions occurred Thursday night at the St. Paul Cathedral in Oakland since the Pennsylvania grand jury report on clergy sexual abuse was released. The Pittsburgh Catholic Diocese are trying to create a safe space to get through the healing process. Bishop Edward Malasic from the Catholic Diocese of Greensburg is recovering after suffering a heart attack last weekend. He is set to undergo a cardiac catheterization today.
The Tull Family Theater in Swickley held a screening for children with special needs. Around 90 children and their families from across PA attended the first public adaptive screening, which involved a showing of Illumination's version of The Grinch. This was the first time many of these families were able to watch a film together in a cinema.
A tractor trailer ran into the back of traffic that was stopped at an intersection in Lawrence County on Route 422 on Wednesday night, leaving multiple people injured, including 3 that were flown to hospitals with severe injuries. The truck crashed into the back of an SUV, causing a chain of crashes. The driver of the tractor trailer is cooperative with police.
Convicted felon Richard Hatfield II is facing new charges after he was found to be in possession of a large cache of weapons and ammunition. The bust happened around 7 a.m. on Tuesday at a home in the 100 block of Donner Avenue in Monessen. The incident began when a parole officer conducted a compliance check and routine home inspection. Hatfield is facing a list of charges including criminal conspiracy and weapons violations.
Be sure to tune in to our other RMU-TV show, RMU Live, on Mondays at 1 and Fridays at 12 p.m. RMU Tonight and Sports Talk in the Burg on Wednesday at 4:30 and Colonial Sports Center on Thursdays at 9:30.
When California residents are preparing When we come back from the break, California residents are preparing for flash floods, and the country is getting ready for the holiday season. We'll be right back.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad. That's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. This guy, no, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
A terminally ill teenager that's been battling neuroblastoma for the last 8 years is asking for Christmas cards after being told he only has a few weeks to live. Maddox Hyde from Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania, has already received Christmas cards from all over the country and even Mexico.
An Alabama mall shooting suspect was arrested a week after the incident. 20-year-old Aaron Martiz Daquan Brown was arrested Thursday at a relative's home in Fairburn and faces 1 count of attempted murder in Thanksgiving night shooting at River Chase Galleria Mall. Another man, Emmanuel Bradford Jr., was shot by police. Though police say he was not the shooter, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says it will not release information concerning pending criminal investigations.
Staff Sergeant Dylan Elkin from Hookstown, Pennsylvania, was killed by a roadside bomb on Tuesday and has been brought back to the area to receive a burial at Arlington National Cemetery. He received a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart over his military career.
Marriott says its guest reservation system has been hacked, potentially exposing the personal information of approximately 500 million guests. Marriott said the hackers had unauthorized access to the Starwood reservation system since 2014, but the company only identified the issue last week. Today's revelation marks one of the biggest corporation data breaches in history.
The creator of SpongeBob SquarePants, Steven Hillenburg, died at age 57 earlier this week due to complications from ALS. He was diagnosed with ALS back in March this year.
It's one of the undeniable signs that Christmas is near. The Rockefeller Christmas tree has been lit. As Shirley Chan reports, the Norway spruce impressed everyone on hand for the event.
With the flip of the switch, Christmas has officially arrived in New York. The lighting of the iconic Rockefeller Center tree annual event, now in its 86th year, draws thousands and thousands.
It was honestly the best. Beautiful, beautiful lights.
The oohs and ahs are well deserved. This year's impressive Norway spruce is from Walk Hill, New York. It's 72 feet tall, weighs about 24,000 pounds, and has all the trimmings, including 5 miles of lights. And the cherry on top, a Swarovski crystal star weighing 550 pounds. That's a whole lot of bling. The experience wowing adults and kids alike.
I would tell you that it is just like turning 5 years old again. regardless of how old you are, how big and brawn and bad you think you are, you will turn into a child.
Leading up to the lighting, there were musical performances, but the true star of the show is always the tree. This mom from Philadelphia surprised her boys and drove them up this afternoon.
I think it's just so magical, and it just kicks off sort of the whole Christmas season, and it's so exciting. So I wanted them to experience it in person.
I just love everything about Christmas.
Metal barriers, cement blocks, thousands of NYPD officers on hand to keep everyone safe. 6 access points where security was tight. Large bags are not allowed in, and all small bags were checked and people were wanded.
They do have heavy artillery out here. They actually do have K-9 out here. And again, people are being respectful of one another, and that's the key point in having an enjoyable time out here.
Pharmaceutical company Bayer will be laying off over 12,000 jobs by 2021. Most of the losses will be out of Germany and will have minimal impact on the Pittsburgh headquarters.
A man is on a mission to fix the water pipes in the United States. Virginia Tech engineer Mark Edwards was recently working in Enterprise, Louisiana, where years of water system neglect has left nearly 250 people with leaky pipes. Edwards says he makes long trips across the U.S. to towns like Enterprise hurt by the problem. His work testing water helped reveal high levels of lead in the water of Flint, Michigan. Edwards has recently received nearly $2 million from the EPA to seek out water issues. The EPA says the U.S. needs around $243 billion to fix the nation's water system.
Paul Caniero from Moon Township, New Jersey, is being accused of a quadruple homicide and setting his home on fire. Last week, he killed his brother's wife and their 2 children. He is having a hearing in New Jersey today.
The current Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo is now the second largest and second deadliest in history. According to a report on Thursday, there have been 426 cases and 224 deaths. The deadliest outbreak occurred in West Africa in 2014, killing over 11,000 people. Fortunately, the Congo's ministry says 126 patients have recovered.
Flash flood warnings are in effect until Thursday morning in many areas hit by recent wildfires in Northern California. Forecasters say expected thunderstorms could lead to flooding in burned areas. And as Laura Eng reports from Butte County, some homeowners are preparing for that.
My concern is the runoff on the road and keeping the ditches open, because that's what's going to wash out.
Craig Stanton has lived on Yellowwood Road for 30 years, and this isn't the first time he's seen a flash flood in his area.
If the road washes out, then we're done. And it happened last year, it happened the year before, without the fires.
Stanton spent the morning maintaining the road leading to his home.
You can see I don't have my shovel with me. I came in earlier and I cut this ditch across here, and then I opened up those so the water at least flow out and get into the ditch. They've been driving up and down, which is what they'll do, and so I'll come back tonight, hopefully right before it gets dark, and kind of open up everything, make sure everything's okay.
CAL FIRE Butte County recommends residents like Stanton to keep an eye on drainage ditches from clogging up.
I'm in the bottom of a little drainage, and it has plugged up before and done that. You know, we've done a lot of work to try to do that. It moves, the water moves through here.
Stanton stayed behind during the evacuation order and is ready to defend his home again.
Did my 100-foot defensible, but kind of like what's come to me is that 100-foot defensible is great, but you got to kind of defend it. If no one's around to defend it, it can be a problem.
Flash floods carrying piles of debris are sweeping through parts of California that were affected by recent wildfires. Evacuation orders and flash flood warnings are in effect in Southern California communities affected by the Holy Fire that burned more than 22,000 acres earlier in August, while CAL FIRE of Riverside County issued mandatory evacuation orders as thunderstorms have increased the risk of mudslides and debris flows. Former Pittsburgh Steeler Merrill Hodge takes on CTE in his new book. In an interview, the former Steeler running back stated that the talk about concussions and the brain disease CTE is very one-sided and is ruining football. You can read his thoughts in his new book, Brainwashed.
A winter weather advisory was put into effect for the Pittsburgh area last night that lasted until midnight. Roads were expected to have icy spots, and even freezing rain was reported in Moon. For all you need to know about news, sports, arts, and entertainment on campus and around the Pittsburgh region, visit rmucenturymedia.com.
When we come back, we will have Ryan Giacobbe with sports and Scott McDaniel with the weather.
At school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Welcome back to RMU Live. Now, after defeating the Mercyhurst University Lakers last Saturday with a wild 7-1 victory that saw 4 points scored on power plays, the RMU men's hockey team will be heading for more AHC play when they visit the Sacred Heart University Pioneers tonight at 7:05 p.m. and tomorrow at 2:05 p.m. For the RMU women's hockey team, they finish up their long home stretch this weekend when they host the Penn State Nittany Lions tonight at 7:05 p.m. with the fan favorite teddy bear toss. Ooh, that's going to be exciting. And tomorrow at 5:05 p.m. after losing and tying a game with the Colgate University Raiders last weekend. The RMU men's basketball team won for the third consecutive time at home on Wednesday night as Robert Morris defeated the Youngstown State Penguins with a 76-56 win. John Williams played for 17 minutes, scored 11 points, and went 3 for 5 in 3-pointers and field goals. Robert Morris plays again this weekend to face cross-state rival Drexel University Saturday at 2 p.m. For women's basketball, after they dropped their last game to Loyola Marymount University 61-53, the RMU women's basketball team will be visiting the 14th and 15th nationally ranked Iowa University Hawkeyes on Sunday at 3 p.m. Now for the Pittsburgh teams. After losing 24-17 to the Denver Broncos, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to have another chance at a win against the Los Angeles Chargers at Heinz Field on Sunday at 8:20 p.m. The Pittsburgh Penguins lost to the Colorado Avalanche on Wednesday night 6-3. Sidney Crosby scored a hat trick, but it proved useless in the end. Tristan Jarry made 20 saves in the loss. The Pens will be hosting the Philadelphia Flyers tomorrow at 7 p.m. Now, for the last time this semester, let's go to Scott McDaniel for the weather report. Scott, what's going to happen for the last time this week?
All right, thank you very much, Ryan, for that riveting intro. So, weather for this week and weekend is looking okay-ish. So, as you can see here, we have a high of 44, low of 33 degrees, with a humidity of 91% and a chance of precipitation of 10%. Now, if we look into tomorrow's weather, it's looking pretty much the same. We have still have that high of 44 degrees, low of 43 degrees, so it's going to be the same the whole day with a humidity of 96% and a chance of precipitation of
100%. Probably should take your umbrella to, well, you're going to be home tomorrow, so don't take your umbrella anywhere. So looking to our 5-day forecast now. Sunday, we have a high of 58 degrees, 40 degrees low. Sunday is partly cloudy, sunny, sort of. Monday will be cloudy, high of 43 degrees, low of 30 degrees. Tuesday will be partly cloudy, 33 degrees, low of 27. Wednesday, cloudy, 31 degrees high, 24 degrees low. Thursday will be partly cloudy, 30 degrees high, 26 degrees low. Let's toss it back to the desk.
Thank you for joining us today for RMU Live.
For the latest updates on news, visit RMUCenturyMedia.com. Have a great weekend.